Hello! Today we'll be talking about Bronzor, the first of two Steel Psychic Pokemon introduced in Gen 4, the other being its evolution Bronzong. Bronzor's previous VYCHs are May 7th, 1997, February 26th, 2000, December 17th, 2002, October 7th, 2005, July 28th, 2008, May 19th, 2011, March 9th, 2014, December 28th, 2016, October 19th, 2019, and August 9th, 2022. I must know Bronzor from my Pokemon Ranch. I always thought it was weird that Bronzor evolves into Bronzong since they don't look that much alike. Anyway, let's get into the Bulbapedia article, where I still have my long hair.
Hello and welcome to the Bulbapedia section of the video. Today we'll be talking about Bronzor, the bronze Pokemon, whose number is 0436. This is what it looks like. Its type is Steel Psychic, abilities, Levitate or Heatproof. Heavy Metal is its hidden ability, gender ratio is gender unknown. Catch rate is 255, or 43.9%. Breeding, a group mineral, hatch time 20 cycles. Height is 1 foot 8 or 0.5 meters. Weight is 133.4 pounds, or 60.5 kilograms. Base experience yield is 72 in Gen 4 and 16 5+. Leveling rate is medium fast. EV yield is 1 in defense. Shape is that. It has no feet, so it has no footprint. Pokedex color is green, and base friendship is 70. Green? Ow, this is very clearly blue and yellow. And I guess black, but there's no green here. Maybe it was more greenish, and it's original. I don't know. Bronzor is a dual-type Steel/Psychic Pokemon, introduced in Gen 4. It evolves into Bronzong starting at level 33. Biology, Bronzor is a flat circular blue-green Pokemon. 6 dark blue spheres bulge from its rim. It has 2 round yellow eyes and a large nose like a sphere surrounded by 4 small circles in its center. A crest resembling an herb or branch is on its back. Bronzor's crest is said to possess a mysterious power and is held sacred. It was first seen in ancient tombs and time-worn places. Objects resembling this Pokemon have also been found in tombs. Scientists believe Bronzor used to be reflective and have unsuccessfully tried performing X-rays on its body. The pattern of Bronzor in Galar cannot be found in any of its cultures, and the reason is unknown. There is lore on how polishing Bronzor will make its surface reflect the truth. However, it hates being polished. Bronzor uses an unknown energy to help it float around. It typically lives in mountainous paths. You can see Bronzor reflecting the truth after being polished. With these two people, a yellow Squawkabilly, a Bronzong, and a fungus. Prior to Gen 8, Bronzor and its evolved form, Bronzong, were the only known Pokemon that could have Heatproof as an ability. Evolution, Bronzor evolves into Bronzong, so Bronzor, Bronzong. Game data, Pokedex entries in Gen 4. Diamond. Implements shaped like it were discovered in ancient tombs. It is unknown if they are related. Pearl. X-ray photos were taken to check its body structure. Nothing appeared, however. Platinum. There are researchers who believe this Pokemon reflected like a mirror in the distant past. For Gold and Soul Silver, ancient people believed that the pattern on Bronzor's back contained a mysterious power. In Gen 5, Black and White is Platinum's entry, Black 2 and White 2. They are found in ancient tombs. The patterns on their backs are said to be imbued with mysterious power. In Gen 6, X is basically Heart Gold and Soul Silver's, but Bronzor is now the correct casing. Y is Diamond's entry. Omega Ruby is X's entry. Alpha Sapphire is Diamond and Y's entry. In Gen 8, Sword. It appears in ancient ruins. The pattern on its body doesn't come from any culture in the Galar region, so it remains shrouded in mystery. Shield. Polishing Bronzor to a shine makes its surface reflect the truth, according to common lore. Be that as it may, Bronzor hates being polished. Brilliant Diamond. Implements shaped like Bronzor were discovered in ancient tombs. It is unknown whether they are related. Shining Pearl. X-ray photos were taken to check its body structure, but nothing was seen. Legend Arceus. Floats using a mysterious energy. The pattern engraved upon its back is held as sacred and can sometimes be found in imagery from ancient cemeteries and other such time-worn places. In Gen 9, Scarlet is X and Omega Ruby's entry. Violet is Black 2 and White 2's entry. Bronzor and the Paldea Pokedex. You got 3 of them here floating at night. And then Bronzor and the Kitakami Pokedex. You got 4 of them floating around. Game locations. Side game locations. Held items. In Diamond, Pearl, and Platinum, it has the Metal Coat 5% of the time. In the Pokewalker, it has the Aqua Berry 100% of the time. In Heart Gold, Soul Silver, Black 2, White 2, Sword, Shield, Brilliant Diamond, and Shining Pearl has the Metal Coat 5% of the time. In Legends Arceus, for normal, it has the Iron Chunk 30% of the time, Ball of Mud 15% of the time, and Grit items by level. Alpha, EXP Candy S 100% of the time, Seed of Mastery 10% of the time, and Grit items by level. I still don't know how the math works. Stats, base stats, HP 57, attack 24, defense 86, special attack 24, special defense 86, speed 23 for a total of 300. Pokeathlon stats, type effectiveness, damage normally by fighting, bug, water, and electric, weak to ground, ghost, fire, and dark. For double, immune to poison, resistant to normal, flying, rock, steel, grass, ice, dragon, and fairy, all for half, and psychic for a fourth. Notes, if this Pokemon is given a ring target, the effectiveness of poison-type moves is 1, so go from 0 to 1. If this Pokemon has levitate, the effectiveness of ground-type moves is 0, so it would be 0 instead of 2. If this Pokemon has heat-proof, the effectiveness of fire-type moves is 1, so it would be 1 instead of 2. Prior to Gen 6, the effectiveness of dark-type moves and ghost-type moves were 1, so both went from 1 to 2. Learn set by leveling up. 1. Tackle and Confusion. 4. Confuse Ray. 8. Payback. 12. Imprison. 16. Gyro Ball. 20. Hypnosis. 24. Safeguard. 28. Extra Sensory. 32. Heavy Slam. 36. Iron Defense. 40. Metal Sound. And 44. Future Sight. By TM, TM001 Takedown. 7. Protect. 17. Confuse Ray. 23. Charge Beam. 25. Facade. 28. Bulldoze. 29. Hex. 36. Rock Tomb. 41. Stored Power. 47. Endure. 49. Saturday. 50. Rain Dance. 51. Sandstorm. 54 Psyshock, 59 Zen Headbutt, 66 Body Slam, 70 Sleep Talk, 74 Reflect, 75 Light Screen, 76 Rock Blast, 81 Grass Knot, 84 Stomping Tantrum, 85 Rest, 86 Rock Slide, 92 Imprison, 93 Flash Cannon, 98 Skill Swap, 99 Iron Head, 101 Power Gem, 103 Substitute, 104 Iron Defense, 109 Trick, 114 Shadow Ball, 116 Stealth Rock, 120 Psychic, 121 Heavy Slam, 124 Ice Spinner, 129 Calm Mind, 130 Helping Hand, 138 Psychic Terrain, 149 Earthquake, 161 Trick Room, 168 Solar Beam, 170 Steel Beam, 171 Terra Blast, 178 Gravity, 180 Gyro Ball, 203 Psych Up, 217 Future Sight, 218 Expanding Force, and 223 Metal Sound. By breeding, the Mirror Herb gives it Gravity and Recycle. Side game data, you got all this. Pokemon Ranger, Shadows of Olmia, and the browser entry. It launches Iron Balls and Strange Orbs to attack. Guardian Signs. Attacks by making Iron Balls fall. Got all this. Pokepark Wii, Pikachu's Adventure, and the Pokepark pad entry. Bronzor is guarding the way to the pyramid in the Granite Zone. Got all this. Evolution data, Bronzor, level 33, Bronzong. Sprites. So, yeah, not really much changes, honestly. Maybe a little bit darker, but overall. Still not green, but it very much looks like it's shiny. It's gonna be, yeah. There's a leaf, like, thing, you know, like on the back. Platinum, you got it at a different angle. Then in Gen 5, you get the full back sprites, even though you've... Oh yeah, wait, you already have the full back sprite. Oh, that's interesting. Yeah. Doesn't cut off the back sprite at all in Gen 4. Oh, interesting. Gen 6, you get the modern colors and the models. Pretty good adaptation. Seems a little flat, though. And the eyes seem a little bulgy and also rounder than they probably should be. In Gen 7, not really much. Well, it seems like it gets wider in Gen 7. Interesting. And maybe it gets a little darker again? In Gen 8, you get the much better models. It kind of keeps it rounded. It kind of goes from like this hexagon to a sort of rounded shape. I guess again, yeah, because it kind of... Yeah, interesting. And Legends Arceus, get these models. Homes, you get these models. Other sprites, Bronzy in Pokemon Super Contests, Saucy in Pokemon Super Contests, and Wheelie in Pokemon Super Contests. So imagine these are NPC Pokemon in Pokemon Super Contests. In animation, Bronzor in Pokemon Horizons the series. Okay, got all this. Bronzor in Pokemon Paldean Winds. Got one with a Tinkatink and a Tinkatuff. In the manga, Bronzor and Pokemon Adventures. In the TCG, trivia, if Bronzor is turned upside down, it will look exactly the same from the front, meaning its front has rotational symmetry. It also has horizontal and vertical reflective symmetry, however, its back sprite only has vertical reflective symmetry. There is an unused sprite within Pokemon Diamond and Pearl for Bronzor's back sprite, which is just a duplicate of its front sprite, so I guess originally it was supposed to have it on both sides. That's interesting. In the games, all 3 commanders of Team Galactic that can be battled have a Bronzor, as both of this Pokemon's abilities are used at the same time in the Pokemon Mystery Dungeon Explorers of Time and Explorers of Darkness. and it wasn't weak to Ghost and Dark-type moves at the time. Bronzor doesn't have any weaknesses in those games. Bronzor has the lowest base attack of all Steel-type Pokemon. Origin, Bronzor is based on a Dokyo, or bronze mirror on its back. Bronzor has carved in a shape of a grain spike, just like its evolved form, Bronzong, which can summon rain for a better harvest. Bronzor, and the fact that it evolves into Bronzong, also seems to be based on an old Japanese myth present in the book Kuaidan, Stories and Studies of Strange Things by Lafcadio Hearn. The priests of Mugenyama wanted to forge a bell for their temple, so they asked the local women to donate their bronze mirrors for this purpose. A woman contributed her mirror, but later regretted it. Because of her repentance, the mirror wouldn't melt in the furnace until she killed herself. Before her suicide, she said that whoever would break the bell would be given great wealth by her ghost. A multitude of people tried to break the bell by ringing it furiously, so the tired priests rolled it down a hill into a swamp in frustration. Name origin, Bronzor may be a combination of bronze and mirror. Doamir may be a combination of Dokyo, bronze mirror, and mirror. Now the languages, external links, let's move on.
Now let's watch Bronzor's first scene in the anime.
Hello and welcome to the anime portion of the video. Today we are watching The Rise of Darkrai. In this film, all you really need to know is that we're in Alamos Town. There's the Bronzor fighting a Gible. And that is Bronzor's first scene in the anime. Let's move on.
Now let's talk about the TCG. I have 2 Bronzor cards. We'll start with the older one.
It's the first Bronzor card design. It was illustrated by Ken Sugimori. In Sugimori fashion, it's the official art on a background. However, this time there's also an effect added in both the background and the foreground. I'm not entirely sure what it is, but it might be Bronzor performing its move. Bronzor has 50 HP, it's 1'8" and 133.4 pounds. It has one move, Dull Light, which isn't a move in the video games. On this card it costs 1 Metal Energy and 1 of any energy. It hits for 20 damage. Upon a successful coin flip, the opponent's Pokemon becomes confused. Bronzor is weak to fire for plus 10 damage, which mimics its weakness to fire in the video games. It's resistant to Psychic for minus 20 damage, which mimics its resistance to Psychic in the video games. It costs 1 of any energy for Bronzor to retreat. In the bottom right corner, there's the Mysterious Treasures expansion symbol. Its description reads, "Implements shaped like it were discovered in ancient tombs. It is unknown if they are related." This is the Pokedex entry in Pokemon Diamond, Y, and Alpha Sapphire. Bronzor is level 8. In the video games, it would be 25 levels from evolving into Bronzong. The second card is the 13th Bronzor card design. It was illustrated by Midori Hirata. I like that you can see its back, although I don't know what it's reflecting on, unless that's supposed to be a second Bronzor. Either way, it's a nice image. This Bronzor shares its height, weight, and retreat cost with the other Bronzor. This Bronzor has 60 HP, 10 more than the other Bronzor. This Bronzor has 2 moves, Ram and Speed Dive, neither of which are moves in the video games. On this card, Ram costs 1 Metal Energy and hits for 10 damage. On this card, Speed Dive costs 1 Metal Energy and 1 of any energy. It hits for 20 damage. Bronzor is weak to Fire for double damage. It's resistant to Grass for minus 30 damage, which mimics its weakness to Grass in the video games. In the bottom left corner, there's the Rebel Clash expansion symbol. Next to it, there's the D mark, meaning it could no longer be used in tournaments starting April 14th, 2023. Its description reads, "It appears in ancient ruins. The pattern on its body doesn't come from any culture in the Galar region, so it remains shrouded in mystery." This is a Pokedex entry in Pokemon Sword.
I don't have a card for Bronzong, so the next Pokemon with a card I'll be talking about is Happiny. Now let's see why other people love Bronzor. Now let's look at fan art.
Hello and welcome to the fan art section of the video. Nobody sent in fan art, so instead we're looking at DeviantArt fan art. For those of you who aren't familiar with the series, what we do is we go through these images until we find an image that doesn't contain a Bronzor. Doodle, Victor I, Arcane, and Pokemon I, number 2, by Chiromax. So I guess this character Victor from, I assume, the show Arcane, and that whole universe, I guess. And he's got a couple Pokemon here. Got the Bronzor and a Sylvanie here. Yes, very well done. Then we've got Bronzor by Danny My Brothers. This kind of simplified Bronzor here on this kind of poster-looking thing. Yeah, very well done. Then we've got Go Thingy Go by Klaxi Va. The description seems to suggest that this is a fusion between a Clink and a Bronzor, so I'll count it. So yeah, you got the elements of the Clink with the shape, the Bronzor with the eyes and the nose and the little shape on the inside. Yeah, very well done. This image doesn't contain a Bronzor, so we'll move on.
Thanks to everyone who submitted fan art. Tomorrow I'll be talking about Bronzong. As always, this isn't my proper outfit, you'll see me tomorrow.